Whether coming or going, Moto Nation, USA, always on.
So we're going to be going on a test ride. I had to record this audio in the studio because the bike was too loud when I started it. Right there I'm pointing at the ignition switch. So you have to pull it towards you. That's what I do right there. And then the heads up or the display will turn on. You see the bar and shield right there. And then you press the button and that's when the bike starts. As you press the button, the bike will start and it'll be running. And that's what I've just done. Now I'm pulling my phone out here in a moment and I'm going to be linking it to the bike. So up there in the upper left is widget. There's a number of different widgets on the bike that we're going to be going over, but you control them from your Harley Davidson app right there. If you don't have the app, you can download the Harley Davidson app, and I'm putting in a navigation, a route. I'm going to be going to my local Wal Mart. There's the little pin drop right there and my destination. I put a little search up there for Wal Mart, WALMART. Press the little icon. I had a little trouble doing it. I press it and it maps it out for me, finds the way, and then on the lower right hand side the widget will light up and give you directions when you ride. I'm pointing to it there. You can see the little arrow and it tells me what time it will get there. I'm pointing at the time there, and then on the lower left I point to the clock and show you what time it is and how long it's going to take to get there. One of the things about electronics is sometimes they want to connect, sometimes they want to connect to the wrong things. So the headset in my helmet connected to the phone and I wanted it connected to the bike. So I had to disengage it from the phone and then turn the headset off and then back on, and then it connected to the bike instead of the phone. I'm pointing to it there. It's connecting up. It takes a few seconds, but it does its job and it connects up. When that little forward button comes, now I'm showing you all the controls over here on the right hand control module. There's a volume up, a volume down, pause, play button, and an advance button, and a retard button. It goes backwards, an advance button, and a backwards button. As for whenever you have music on your phone, you could be playing it. You press the volume up, of course, and it'll go volume up. Press the volume down, of course it goes down. I'm pressing it down right there to get the volume down a little bit, and then I'm driving down my street. Now I'm pointing those things out. Volume up. You'll see the little speaker show up and a number indicating how loud it is. 15 is maximum, and of course 0 is not playing at all. I set it about 5 for this video, and now I'm explaining the pause, play button, and the advance button and the retard button.
After 700 feet, turn left onto Aspen Road.
So in the back there is the mode button, and the little orange icon in the middle of the screen just above there that I point to right there, that shows a little road with an orange around it, a little orange box. That means it's in road mode. Whenever you press the mode button, it'll switch and you can work through each of the modes. You do not have to be stopped. You can do it on the fly. Now I've changed it to sport mode. You get greater throttle progressivity and a firmer suspension when you are in sport mode. And those bumps, you'll feel them a little bit more because of the firmer suspension. If you press it again, you moved into off-road mode. That really softens up that suspension to take those bumps, and it adjusts again the throttle progressivity while you're off-road. There's also a rain mode, which is the blue one with the cloud and the rain coming out of it, and again it makes the necessary changes to the bike, and then you're back into road mode, which is the orange one with the road going down the street. And that's the hazard button there that I'm pointing to now. That you just press it, your hazard lights will come on. You press it again and the hazard lights will turn off. We'll stop here and look both ways when I cross the street. So that pretty much talks about all of the right-hand control module. Well, down there on the bottom, there's talk, push to talk button, and then whenever you need to talk to Siri, Cortana, Google Assistant, whichever your virtual assistant is, press to talk, and it's going to fire them up. They're going to get where they can talk to you, and you can say, Google, call somebody in your phone's database, and it's going to give them a call. On the other side of that same button on the very bottom is traction control, and you can turn the traction control off. Default is on. When you press the button, the traction control will light up there and it will go off. Now I'm going over to the left-hand control module, and you can go through all of the different things. There are 4 widgets around the screen. On the top right, you've got your battery voltage, you've got your ambient temperature, and your engine temperature. And that's the widget on the top right on the outside of the circle. On the bottom right is navigation, and it's taking me to Wal Mart. You'll see the little arrow. It's telling me so far up ahead I'm going to need to take a right. Up on the top left is the music widget. It's telling me what song is playing, how long it's been playing, and how much is left. Down on the bottom left is a gas widget. It tells you your range left, your miles per gallon, that sort of thing. In the very center of the is your miles per hour, your odometer. You can scroll through those with a little circle button on the left-hand control module. It'll go trip A, trip B, odometer, and how much fuel is remaining. Over on the bottom right is the gasoline. How much green left is how much fuel you have left. Also down on the bottom right is other little icons. I just pointed out the RPMs on, they come up in a circle. They're idling there is around 1,000 RPMs, and you see just barely lit over there just on the left side of the 0, which is the miles per hour at that point. As you see, that little red comes up and goes over the top into a circle. That's your RPMs. It's got a little number to indicate how many thousands of RPMs that you're at. Down on the bottom on the right, it tells you if you have a headset connected, if your Bluetooth is connected, how much service that your cell phone would be receiving in number of bars, and how much battery life is left in your cell phone. That's the high and low beam that I'm discussing right there. And the cruise control. Yes, the bike has cruise control, and it has heated grips, which I'm discussing now. When you press the button up there with the little throttle on it, little wavy lines will appear above that line, which is a grip. All 3 lines is maximum, 2 lines is medium, and 1 line is minimum. As it's 90 something degrees out there, I turn the heated grips off relatively quickly. I'm also cycling through that now. The small trip A, trip B, that little button right there on the front on the left-hand control module that looks like a circle will let you cycle through those things. I'm discussing the cruise control again and how to set it. It's in standby mode. Turn it on, it's in standby mode. Press that button down and it turns it on in screen, and you can see, as I indicate, I'm not giving it any throttle at that moment, and it's staying steady at 40 miles per hour. Navigation told me quickly that this is my turn, so I turn into Wal Mart. And I turn the cruise control off at this point. I don't really need cruise control. It does increment and decrement at 1 mile per hour intervals there at the top. That little thing that looks like sheets of paper, that calls up all your screens. The little pin drop right there will bring up a map. If your phone is connected and you're using the Harley-Davidson app, that's your navigation software. The widgets are at the top now. It's 0 miles per hour, and that you're in road mode, and what gear you're in. All those are at the very top now. The widgets move around. I press the little sheets again and move to the next one, And this is your radio information, or not radio, excuse me, your phone music information. It won't play radio unless you're using Pandora or Spotify or something of that nature. All those will play through the radio, play through the unit, but you have to have the app on your phone. This is the bike settings. It'll give you the front and rear tire pressure, give you engine temperature, as well as the ambient temperature, and it tells you how many volts are coming out of the battery. And of course, if you want to pull a diagnostics, I just point that out. I don't want to do that at this time. I moved over to the settings. While you're moving, settings are locked and it won't let you into them. So I'm going to pull into a parking space here and go through some of those things because you have to be stopped in order to use them. So here's the menu, and at the top you've got your general settings, and you navigate with those buttons over there, up, down, left, and right, and select. And I'm pointing out a few of the different menu options that you've got. You can change some of the widgets, move them around a little bit. If you don't like this screen display, you can turn it into a white background or a black background. Right now it's currently a black background, but when you're riding around in the desert, the white did have a higher contrast. It looked a little bit better, but where I'm at here, black worked fine. So I go back to the home screen, and this is where we started out, at the home screen. And you do get to adjust it. Like I said, you can adjust those sorts of things in your settings, as well as you can set customized ride settings. So it has a few pre-programmed in there, which is the road mode, the sport mode, the off-road mode, but you can program a few of your own, customize a few of your own that you want to. I think you're allowed to do 3 additional ones. That's your horn down there that I beep, 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 and your turn signals are over there on the left-hand control. They're controlled with your left thumb. And if you turn on the left turn signal, they are self-canceling, but whatever you press next, it will automatically turn off. The windscreen is adjustable into 2 settings, down or up, and you pull a little trigger there. I demonstrated that right there. I'm going to do a little U-turn right here. I looked around to make sure nobody was coming, and I'm Jimmy, the bearded biker, talking about the Pan America, and I hope to see you on the road. And finally we reach our destination.